Unless you're that Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm so excited to see everybody here. My name is Zach Austin. I am one of the co-artistic and managing directors here at The Scoundrel and Scamp. And many of you met Annika on the way in. She is my other half. We are just so excited that you're all here. I have a couple of reminders, some reminders, some upcomings, some thank yous, and then I will pass it over to Philip because you're all here for him, not for me. Please go ahead and silence your cell phones. And if you brought any cough drops, lozenges, go ahead and open those now. It's preferred to open them while I am talking than the performers. I would like to thank our season sponsors, Christy Lewis and Brad and Steph Austin, for your generous donation. Without your contribution, Scoundrel and Scamp could not continue to be able to host events like this, so thank you. I was able to chat with many of you guys out in the lobby about some upcoming events, and I just would be remiss if I didn't mention those one more time for you guys. We have the second installment of our Wobo series coming up, not this weekend, but next week, on the weekend of November 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. We had our first really successful show a couple of months ago, and now we're back in full force again. We'd love to see you all there. We also have our Adult Puppet Cabaret coming up the first weekend of December. Do we have any puppet fans in the house? Anybody who might know somebody, like a kid who might be into puppets? Leave the kids at home. This one's for the adults. It's going to get raunchy. It's going to get fun. That'll be December 5th, 6th, and 7th. We also have the second installment of our environmental play reading series called Regretfully So the Birds Are, coming up on January 18th. That is a one afternoon performance only. It'll be Sunday afternoon. If you're available on the 18th of January, we'd love to have you join us for that. Otherwise, I would like to welcome Phil Bennett.
You're walking out already.
We at the Scoundrel and Scamp love our partnership with the Bennett Theater Lab. It has been an important part of our mission from the beginning to be able to offer education programming not only to the youth that we work with on Saturday mornings, but to also be able to partner with Philip and the Bennett Theater Lab to provide that education for the older set. And so, Philip, thank you so much. And we're so excited to be able to put this on
I'm
tonight.
delighted as being a member of the older set.
Thanks. I just mean over 18.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to get out of here and to Philip.
Got it. Turn it around and you're right. You've got my age. Well, thank you very much for coming and supporting your friends and family and acquaintances who are here. I first became in love with theater when I wanted to learn how to play, it was baseball, but in those days we had to kick it. I can't kickball or something they called it. And I wanted to do sports really badly, and I didn't know how to play the game. I knew how to play baseball, but not that game. And the coach said, you sit on the bench. So I got really bored and I walked over to the recreation building and there was a puppet show going on. And I've always thought, here are my students now. It's kind of like having live puppets to work with. But it's a lot more difficult because then they want to be paid at some point. But puppets would have been a lot easier. But these are wonderful people. They've really dedicated themselves to a number of things. Number one, they've dedicated their time, they've dedicated their money, and that hasn't always been easy for everybody, especially in these times that we're going through now. And I want to tell you how much I really respect and appreciate them because they pour their hearts out. The training that they're receiving is based in the Stanislavski School of Acting. Has anybody ever heard of Stanislavski? Okay, please know this is not method acting. My training was with the directors of the Moscow Art Theater and the Royal Shakespeare, and we did not practice method acting. Method acting is the American version, but it works. There's lots of American actors who use it and lots of European actors that use it. But what we learn is called active analysis through physical actions, and it's a 3-year course. It takes one full year just to go through most of the elements that need to be taught, and then another year for them to become second nature, which we call organic. And then the third year is, if they wish to stay that long, is practicing putting it all into motion. But since the way we work here is just 3 days a week, some of the students become very organic in just a year and a half. And after 2 years, they're ready to go out and start auditioning and so forth. And we have some students here who have just started doing them, so doing auditions. So that's basically what they're going through. And it's a little grueling for them, I think, sometimes. But they seem to love it, and I love them too. We want you to enjoy the show. It's very short. This is the last class evening, Monday evening is our last class of this term. We have a short break of just 2 weeks, and we start up again on, what day do we start? Does anybody remember? The 22nd of November, and that is just a 4-week term, and then we close for Christmas for 3 weeks, and then we start up again in January on the 5th. So if anybody's interested in classes or has somebody over 18 or over that would be interested in classes, just pick up a brochure or speak to me. Thank you very much. Enjoy the show, and we're going to start. This is a class. So if anybody has a question, you're welcome.
For our first scene, we'll be doing a scene from Night Mother by Marcia Norman.
And Thelma Cates is portrayed by Bella Vivanti. Jessie Cates is portrayed by Christina St. Charles.
Please enjoy.
Did you love Daddy?
No.
I didn't think so. Were you really 15 when you married him?
The way he told it, I was sitting in the mud. He comes along, drags me to the kitchen. She's been there ever since.
Yeah.
No. It was a big fat lie. The whole thing. He just thought it was funnier that way.
Yeah.
Oh, God. There's milk in here.
Cocoa helps.
Not enough, though, does it? You can still taste it, can't you?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I thought it was my memory, but it's the milk, all right.
Oh, it's a real waste of chocolate. You don't have to finish it.
Think so.
I should have known not to make it. I knew you wouldn't like it. You never did like it.
So, you never loved Daddy, or he did something and you stopped loving him? Or what?
He felt sorry for me. He wanted a plain country woman, and that's what he married. And then he held it against me. For the rest of my life, like I was supposed to change him, surprise him or something. Like I remember this one day, he was standing on the porch, and I told him, go get a shirt on. And he went in and got one. And then he said, real peaceful, but to the point, you're right, Thelma. If God had meant for people to go around without any clothes on, they'd have been born that way.
He didn't mean anything by that, Mama.
Oh, he never said a word. He didn't have to, Jessie. That's probably all he said to me all day. If he said it, there was something to it. I just never did figure that one out. What does that mean?
I don't know. Just because I liked him better than you doesn't mean I knew him any better.
How could I love him, Jesse? I didn't have a thing he wanted. He got his share, though. You loved him enough for the both of us. You followed him around like some... Jesse, all the man did was farm and sit. Or try to think of somebody to sell the farm to.
Or make me a pipe cleaner's boyfriend and sit back and laugh because he was about to make him dance, and wasn't I gonna get a kick out of that? Or sit up all night with a sick cow and leave me a chain of sleepy stick elephants on my bed in the morning.
Or just sit.
I liked him sitting. Big old faded blue man in a chair. Quiet.
Agnes gets more talk out of her birds than I got from the two of you. Oh, he could have had that gone fishing sign hanging around his neck sitting in that chair. I saw him stare off at the water. I saw him look at the weather rolling in. I got to where I could see that boat myself. But you knew what he was thinking about. And you're going to tell me.
I don't know, Mama. His life, I guess. His corn. His boots. Us. Things, you know.
No, I don't know, Jesse. You had those quiet conversations with him after supper every night. What were you whispering about?
We weren't whispering. We were just across the room.
Then what were you talking about?
We talked about why black socks are warmer than blue socks. Is that something to go tell, Mother? You're just jealous because I'd rather talk to him than do the dishes with you.
I was jealous because you'd rather talk to him than anything. If I had died instead of him, he wouldn't have taken you in like I did.
I wouldn't have expected him
Oh,
to
then what would you have done?
come visit.
Oh, I see. He died and left you stuck with me, and you're mad about it.
Not anymore. And he didn't mean to. And I didn't need to come here. We've been through this.
Maybe you think if I'd loved him more, or at all, he'd still be alive.
I never thought that.
He felt sorry for you too, Jesse. Don't kid yourself about that. He said you were a runt. And he said it from the day you were born. And he said you didn't have a chance.
I know he loved me.
Well, what if he did? It didn't change anything.
It didn't have to. I miss him.
Thank you. While they're making the change to the next scene, the students work on these scenes in classes. They have to come to about 80% of it entirely on their own. Sometimes they need a little boost, a little help. But what we do is I give them a tool to work with, and they go home and they meet together outside of class or work on their own, then come back and try to employ it. So the idea is by the time they're trained, that they will become basically 100% independent as an actor and an artist. What happens after the scene is Jessie shoots her own brains out. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, and I get to be prepared for her suicide all evening.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Okay. So the next scene is from the play Trifles,
By Susan Glaspell.
and the part of Mrs. Hale is played by Drea Roman.
And Mrs. Peters is played by Diane Dubé.
She was piecing a quilt.
It's a log cabin pattern. Pretty, isn't it? Mrs. Peters, look at this one. This is the one she was working on, and everything before it has been so nice and even, but look at this. Look at the stitching. It's all over the place, like she didn't know what she was about.
What are you doing, Mrs. Hale?
Just fixing some stitches that are not so very good. Bad stitching makes me fidgety.
I don't think we ought to touch things.
I'll just finish up this end. Mrs. Peters,
Yes, Mrs. Hale.
what do you think she was so nervous about?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know why she was nervous. I sometimes so awful queer if I'm just tired. Now I've got to get these things wrapped up. They could be through sooner than we think. I wonder, where can I find a piece of paper and some string?
In that cupboard, maybe?
Why, here's a bird cage. Did she have a bird, Mrs. Hale?
Well, I don't know if she did or not. I've not been here in so long. But there was a man round last year selling canary's teeth. I don't know if she took one. Maybe she did. She used to sing real pretty herself.
Seems funny to think of a bird here. But she must have had one. Or why should she have a cage? I wonder what happened to it.
Maybe the cat got it?
No, she didn't have a cat. She had that feeling some people have about cats, being afraid of them. My cat got in her room. She got awful upset and asked me to take it out.
My sister Bessie is like that. Queer, ain't it?
Look at this door. It's broke. I wonder.
Someone's been rough with it.
Why, yes.
I wish if they were going to find any evidence they'd be about it. I don't like this place.
Oh, but I'm so glad you came with me, Mrs. Hale. It would be so lonesome of me, sitting here alone.
It would, wouldn't it? But I tell you what, Mrs. Peters, I wish I'd come over here sometime she was here. I really wish I had.
Oh, but you were awful busy with your house and your children.
I could have come. I didn't come because it weren't cheerful, and that's when I ought to have come. I don't know what it is, but I've never liked this place. Maybe because it's down in a hollow and you can't see the road, but it's a lonesome place and always was. I wish I'd come over here sometimes Minnie Foster was here. I can see now.
You mustn't reproach yourself, Mrs. Hale. Somehow we just don't see how it is with some folks until something comes up.
Not having any children makes less work, but it makes for a quiet house. And Wright out to work all day and no company when he did come home. Did you know John Wright, Mrs. Peters?
No, not to know him. I've seen him in town. They say he was a good man.
Yes, good. He kept his word and paid his debts. But he was a hard man, Mrs. Peters, just to spend the time of day with him, like a raw wind that gets to the bone. I should think she would have wanted a bird, but what do you suppose went with it?
I don't know, unless it got sick and died.
Come to think of it, she was kind of like a bird herself, all sweet and pretty, but timid, fluttery. How she did change. Tell you what, Mrs. Peters, why don't you take in the quilt with you? It might take up her mind.
Oh, that's a real nice idea, Mrs. Hale. There couldn't possibly be any objection to it, now could there? I wonder what would I take? Are her patches in here and her sewing things?
Well, here's some red. Expect this has got her sewing things in it. My, what a pretty box. It looks like something you would give someone. I wonder if her scissors are in here. There's something wrapped up in this piece
That
of silk.
doesn't look like her scissors.
Oh, Mrs. Peters.
It's the bird.
But look at its neck. Look at its neck. It's all other side, too.
Somebody wrung its neck.
She liked the bird. She's going to bury it in this pretty box.
When I was a girl, my kitten, there was a boy took a hatchet. And before my eyes, and before I could get there, if they hadn't held me back, I would have hurt him.
Not having children makes for a quiet place, and no, John Wright wouldn't have liked a bird, a thing that sang. She used to sing, he killed that too.
We don't know who killed the bird.
I knew John Wright.
It was an awful thing was done in this house that night, Mrs. Hale. Killing a man while he slept. Slipping a rope around his neck that choked the life out of him.
A rope around his neck choked the life out of him.
We don't know who killed him. We don't know.
If it'd been years and years of nothing and then a bird to sing to you, it would be awful still after the bird was still.
I know what stillness is. When we homesteaded in Dakota, and my first baby died after he was 2 years old, and me with no other than,
How much long do you think they'll be looking for evidence?
I know what stillness is. The law has got to punish crime, Mrs. Hale.
I wish you'd seen Minnie Foster when she wore a white dress with blue ribbons and stood up there in the choir and sang, "Oh, I should have come over here sometimes. That was a crime. That was a crime. Who's gonna punish that?"
We mustn't take on.
I might have known there was something wrong with her. I know how things are for women. It's queer, Mrs. Peters. We live close together, but we live far apart, and we go through the same things. It's just a different type of the same thing. But if I was you, I wouldn't tell her her fruit is gone. Tell her it ain't, and take this in to prove it to her. She may never know if it was broke or not.
My, it's a good thing the men couldn't hear us. Wouldn't they just laugh? Getting all stirred up over a silly thing like a dead canary. As if that had anything to do with. Wouldn't they just laugh?
Maybe they would, but maybe they wouldn't.
Wait for me until they finish saying that. So who killed John White? How? Did anybody tell?
His wife, that's not there right now, she wrung his neck like.
He got what he deserved.
Oh, that's
This play was written at a time when women's suffrage was very pray. And when we were just starting to find early voice. Okay, they're ready.
Our next scene is from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf by Edward Albee.
In the role of,
Martha?
thank you. In the role of Martha is played by Ellen Sprecher.
Hey! Hey! Where is everybody? So, drop me, pluck me like a goddamn, whatever it's called, creeping vine, and throw me over your shoulder like an old shoe. George! 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 What are you doing? Hiding or something? George! For Christ. Discarded. Abandoned. Left out in the cold like an old pussycat. Ha. Can I get you a drink, Martha? Why, certainly, George. That's very kind of you. Oh, no, Martha, no. I would do anything for you. Would you, George? Why, I'd do anything for you, too. Would you, Martha? Why, certainly, George. Martha, I've misjudged you. And I've misjudged you, too, George. Where is everybody? Hump the hostess. Fat chance. Fat chance. Daddy. Daddy. Martha's been abandoned, left to her own vices at something o'clock in the old AM. Daddy White Mouse, do you really have red eyes? Do you? Let me see. Oh, you do. You do. Daddy, you have red eyes. It's because you cry all the time, don't you, Daddy? Yes, you do. You cry all the time. I'll give you bastards 5 to come out from where you're hiding. I cry all the time too, Daddy. I cry all the time. But deep inside, so no one can see me. Georgie cries all the time too. He cries all the time. We both cry all the time. And then what do? We take our tears and we put them in the icebox, in the goddamn ice trays until they're frozen. And then we put them in
our drinks. Down the spout, up the drain, dead, gone, and forgotten. You know, up the spout, not down the spout. Up the spout. I've got windshield wipers on my eyes, 'cause I married you, baby. Clink. 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 Our next scene is Dreamer Examines His Pillow by John Patrick Shanley. Samantha Goldstein plays Donna, and Dad is played by Bill Piacate. This is a very difficult one. Bill Piakiewicz. Close.
He's all fucked up. He looks like shit. He's stealing now, but all of that, I think I can forgive. Even the Mona thing, I think. But here's the thing, the whole way that this went down, I thought I knew what I was doing. At least the me part about it. And then tonight, a whole nother level was added to it all, and I heard that girls always went after guys who reminded them of their fathers, and I guess I kind of believed them a little bit, or at least was spooked by it, and because of that, I always made double goddamn sure to never go near any guy that I thought was anything like you, because then I'd become my mother, right? A fate worse than death. And then this guy Tommy, I'm like absolutely sure that he's nothing like you. And then I step into this pit where he's living and I swear I heard the fucking Twilight Zone music. 'Cause here I am, thinking I'm choosing and going my own way and maybe doing a terrible fucking botch job at that, but I'm still doing it. And all I can ask myself is, do I really know what's going on in my life? Where am I? I'm in love with this guy, Tommy. Yes, he's driving me crazy. Yes. He's tearing out my heart and stepping on it. And the whole thing that I'm doing seems to be a total fuck up. But I can live with that. I can deal with that. But what I gotta know, what I need to know is this my life or what? Is this my love? My pain? Or am I just repeating history? You treated my mother like shit. You humiliated her. You lied to her. You stepped on her face with muddy shoes. When she had money, you'd steal it. When you had money, you wouldn't give her any. When she was in the hospital, you wouldn't even visit her. And then she fucking died. And now I hate your fucking guts for that. But I decided a long time ago I wasn't gonna let your life dictate mine. Today, I saw the writing on the wall, and the writing said, watch out. Watch out because you could be in the middle of someone else's life. And before, I thought I didn't need to know anything about you to live my life. But that was before. Now I see I better find out a few things. It's like medical history.
Thank you.
You did good holding your son, Bill. Sure. I'm good.
We had another scene, but 3 of the actors were ill, are ill, and couldn't come, and they didn't want, we have a rule that if somebody's sick, they don't come to class. Because, nowadays you don't know what you're sick with, and so they become ill. So we had to cut that scene out. So now they have to learn kind of a new setup, what comes what. Okay, I think they're almost ready. I think there's one more box back there. No, you had it right the first time. You had it right the first time. This is Tristan.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And the other box needs to be brought
Yeah.
out also. She's doing all the work. Now I want the angle to be a little different. Okay, so here like this, otherwise you won't be seen. Okay? Okay. Thank you.
And now will be Richard III, Act 5, Scene 3 by Mr. William Shakespeare, and Richard III is played by Tristan McCrocklin.
Huh? 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 What? Give me another horse! Bind up my wounds! Have mercy! Yeshua! Soft. I did but dream. Oh, coward conscience, how dost thou afflict me? The lights burn blue. It is now dead midnight. Cold, fearful drops stand on my trembling flesh. What do I fear? Myself? There's none else by. Is there a murderer here? No. Yes, I am. Then fly. What? Myself from myself? Great reason why. Lest I revenge. What? Myself upon myself? Alack, I love myself. Wherefore? For any good that I myself have done unto myself? Oh, no. Alas, I rather hate myself for hateful deeds committed by myself. I am a villain, yet I lie, I am not.
Fool, of thyself speak well. Fool, do not flatter. My conscience hath 1,000 several tongues, and each tongue brings in a several tale, and each tale condemns me for a villain. Perjury, perjury in the highest degree, murder, stern murder in the direst degree, all several sins each used, throng to the bar crying all guilty, guilty. I shall despair. There is no creature loves me. And if I die, no soul will pity me. And wherefore should they? Since that I myself find in myself no pity to myself. Methought the souls of all that I had murdered did come to my tent, and every one did threat tomorrow's vengeance on the head of Richard.
Thank you. Remember, they need to be downstage, not so far up. No, there's. That's right.
That's right.
I think you're right.
Our next scene comes from Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, by William Shakespeare. Queen Gertrude will be portrayed by Anne Dalton. Hamlet will be portrayed by Ben Adami.
What's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, thou hast my father much offended.
Come, you speak with an idle tongue.
Go. You answer with a wicked tongue.
How now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No. By the rood, not so. You are the queen. Your husband's brother's wife. Were it not so, you are my mother.
Nathan, I shall send those to you that can speak.
No, how?
Thou wilt not murder me!
Sit down! You will not budge till I have set a glass before you, where you will see the innermost parts of you.
What have I done that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such a deed that blurs the very grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes the rose of a fair forehead of an innocent love that sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dicers' oaths. Oh, such a deed that from the very body of contraction plucks the sweet soul, and religion makes a rhapsody of words. Heaven's face doth glow. Yea, the compound mass with tristful visage is thought against the act.
I mean, what act that roars so loud and thunders in the index?
Look, here, upon this picture, and upon this counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See, what a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars to threaten and command, a station like the herald Mercury, new lighted on a heaven-kissing hill, a cause of form where every god seemed to set his seal, to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you from this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this moor? Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age the heyday of the blood is tame, is humble, it waits upon the judgment. But what judgment would step from this to this? Sense, sure you have, else you could not have motion. What devil has that cozened you to hoodman blind? Oh, shame, rebellious hell! Proclaim no shame when the compulsive archer gives the charge, since frost itself doth actively burn, and reason panders will.
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turns mine eyes into my very soul. There I see such black and radiant spots that will not leave their taint.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed, honeyed and corrupted, making lava in a nasty sty.
No more these words like daggers enter in my ears.
A murderer and a villain, who the 20th part the tithe of your presented lord, cut purse of the empire.
No more!
Oh, save me, you heavenly guards. Hover over me with your wings.
Alas, he's mad.
Do not come. Your tardy son to chide, lapsed in time and passion, let slip the importance of your dread command. How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how's it with you? That you do bend your eyes on vacancy, and with your corporal air do hold discourse. For that your eyes, your spirits wildly peep. O gentle sun, upon the heated flame of thy distemper, sprinkle cool patience, whereon do you look?
On him! On him! Look how pale he glares. Oh, his cause and form conjoined, preaching to stones could make them capable. Do not look upon me, lest with piteous actions you convert my stern effects. The what I will want to do will want true color. Tears, perchance for blood.
To whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
No, nothing at all, yet all that is I see.
Nor nothing do you hear?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Look. There he goes. Oh, my father in his habit as he lived. There, even now through the portal.
thoughts are very cunning, and this body was ecstasy.
Ecstasy.
Thank you. Well, while they're setting up for a final scene, I'm going to give you a little backstory. You can all go. The actors are going to go backstage. You want to turn it around? Yeah, okay, great. I wanted to do an improvisation in this open class. And, but the class is so large, it was very hard to think of what are we gonna do that 15 people can be in at the same time? Now, all of the work that you're seeing is done through improvisation. In other words, they don't memorize the lines right away. They improvise the scene. They figure out the mechanics and the structure of it. So improvisation is a basic structure of the teaching. And then they learn the lines when they understand the characters' makeup, inner life, their motivations, and so forth. So we did a series of improvisations, and at that time we were working on Romeo and Juliet. Two of the students were working on it, and they were doing, this class was doing tableaus to tell the story without words. And, but the Romeo got sick. So Romeo flew the coop. So what we decided to do was two households that don't get along, and the students built the improvisation themselves, and we had a showdown in the church over a bingo game. And in each week of the term, we did a different improvisation. Some of them were just disastrous. And I said, well, let's just do one episode for the open class. And this one, they kind of put together last night. So we'll see how it goes. Your guess is as good as mine. And the name of the event is Granddaddy's Funeral Barbecue.
Well, there he is. Old bastard finally kicked it. Why'd they choose that shade? He looks like a raisin.
Don't worry about his skin. Oh, Daddy, I'm gonna miss you. Thank you for never telling anyone where I buried the body. Don't worry about it, son. Sit down.
Hold on. Here, Grandpa. I figure where you're going, you ain't gonna have a hard time finding a way to like that.
Well, well, the old coot finally kicked the bucket. I guess he is dead. He didn't react.
Oh, Granddaddy! I'm gonna miss you and your money so much.
I love you, Granddad. I promise to take care of Maria and Sam and Mama. And I promise you, I'm going to hunt down that goddamn sumbitchin' motherfucker who ran off on my baby sister, and I'm going to make him glad to wake up in hell.
Damn right.
Bastard finally got what he deserved.
Oh, Grandpa, David, why'd you have to go and die? You're the only one there for me, and Mom was crawling up my ass about this baby, and what's his nuts ran off with some other woman. And
Honey,
I just,
okay.
I'm gonna, give me a moment. This is my time right now with Grandpa. Love you, Grandpa.
All you ever did was lie. And I am done lying, so I'll tell you, I won't miss you.
Hey, Grandpa, I know how much you love the outhouse. You said it was made of cherry wood, so it's real nice. I'll try to find some nice people, maybe buy it and put it towards your funeral expenses.
Mama told me you might be my daddy. I suppose you're good as any. Makes sense now why you stop by the house so much. But I do appreciate you giving me your first sip of beer every time.
Okay, we are here to bury Bill Piakovich, my husband. Does anybody else have any kind words to say or other kinds?
Tristan's one of them poets. Go on up there.
Go ahead, Tristan.
Well, usually I'm more prepared, but I do know a little something. Life is a passing shadow, a poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
That's a hell of a Hallmark card.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, Bill was my husband. Have you got something to say, son? You're sitting standing there.
Just somebody by the outhouse, please.
Well, enough with the damn outhouse. All right. I'll say something. Grandpa was a man, proud man. He was alive.
Now he's dead.
Now he is dead. And that is that.
Well, that's real inspired. Thank you. Well, all I have to say is he wasn't a great husband, but at least I thought he was faithful. Until I found out he was sleeping with Bella the slut.
Oh, hey, if you were more of a woman, he wouldn't have had to come sniffing around me or my daughters. You know, you couldn't hold on to him, so just eat it, Anne.
There is no excuse for being a slut.
Sure tastes good, though, don't it?
I'll leave that comment alone. All right. The barbecue, the will be read directly after the barbecue.
Barbecue?
Nice one.
Well, thank you very much for coming and spending an hour with us while we concluded the term with the class. And like I said, it was an improvisation, so I wasn't exactly sure what they were going to do. I did tell them how to end it, and after a term working with Bill, I'm glad he remembered his line. Thank you very much. Enjoy your friends. We were going to set up some refreshments if anybody wants to.
Can we turn to our audio and our lighting and our text and our visuals and just give them a
Also, the set you see is from the current production of Scoundrel and Scamp, and it's actually a production of Borderlands Theater, and it's called Claudia's Family. I'm Puerto Rican, but I can't speak Spanish. So anyway, thank you.
Bravo, bravo.
Okay. Hey, you got a good cigar. Did you know you were gonna get that? Huh? Is that yours? Is it great?
Yeah, it's like 2 cigars.
Okay. We have to bring it to see.
Yes, all right.
Very good.
Very nice. I think you did a perfect piece on the other one that you did.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any. Well, I wanted to have that, but
Tristan. Yeah.